Greetings and felicitations.
Okay, here comes the first round.
Boom. And
Jeez, that was just
boom.
unnecessary.
You kidding me? You can't be out of range? What?
Greetings and felicitations, YouTube. Welcome to Wood of the Oreads. We've got a fantastic 2v2 I've decided to dub Brothers versus Sisters. We've got Sparta and Mycenae versus Penthesilea and Hippolyta's Amazons. And I'm pretty excited about this replay. This is a 2v2. It was myself and Johnny Rico versus Suck2286, something like that, and Silence. All right, let me just go ahead and give you the quick rundown of the units. First of all, there's this Mycenaean force that I've seen variations of lately. There's one reinforced chariot, 1, 2, let's see if there's any more, 3, 4 skirmishers, just light 500 point javelin throwing shielded units. We've got an armored spearman, 2 Agamemnon's guards, a pair of club warriors, a Spartoi, and a couple of militia out front ahead of a defender companion hero for his healing abilities. My army, playing as Sparta here, I've brought 3 light spear runners with shields on back to escort a pair of reinforced chariots. I noticed Hippolyta was already running straight for us, so I was like, okay, well, I'm not going to be able to keep my light spear runners a secret for too terribly much longer. Deployed out in the open, I also have a heroic axe warrior, an armored spearman, and 1 Achaean slinger who I'm currently moving up because I see Hippolyta's coming right at me, and might as well just waste, if I'm going to waste the Achaean slinger's ammo, Hippolyta's a good target for it. Off of the tree line here, some units that I've been trying to see if I can't get better value out of. Renowned Laconian Axemen. I brought, I believe this is 5 of these guys. Yeah, 5 Renowned Laconian Axemen. They're escorting a fighter Ravager hero. I'm hoping I could get these guys to attack in the flanks, maybe take out what little armor the Amazons have, and just get a really significant advantage on them. Now, Penthesilea here has brought 4 mounted skirmishers and put 5 XP on them all. They're escorting an Archer Trickster hero who is mounted, and since she is mounted, she will not be able to use the majority of her good abilities, in particular Triple Shot. And there is no option to ever get off of the horse, unfortunately for her. There's the Sirens out here from Hippolyta, there's a pair of Amazon Champions from Hippolyta, 3 Horsewomen, 1 with 1 XP from Hippolyta, and off in the trees we've got 4 Black Spears also from Hippolyta's roster, 2 Aristobakoi, I'm sorry, that's also one of the 4 Black Spears. And then for Penthesilea, we've got a mixed line of Labrys Infantry, 4 XP, Coronites, 4 XP, Oathsworn, 4 XP, Daughters of Ares, 5 XP, Coronites, 4 XP, Labrys Infantry, 6 XP, and Oathsworn, 4 XP. In that order. I think he just kind of selected all of his infantry and put it there. He's intending to use it later because right now his plan is to get up here and use his mounted skirmishers' javelins. So, yeah, we just quickly charged downhill. And I unleashed some javelins from my light spear runners. I even actually retarget my slingers into this right away. I'm just going to go ahead and ignore Hippolyta for the most part. She did get really close to the spear runners, and I kind of see I might have a chance to surround her, but, you know, these players are smarter than to just let Hippolyta get caught out. Now, our opponents move up the Amazon Champions very quickly when they see we're pushing our chariots down the hill to beat up these mounted skirmishers. And the mounted skirmishers definitely got the worst of that engagement. They're trying to deal damage to our chariots, but for the most part, we're able to just push them wherever we want to. Hippolyta here already out about 1/3 of her health, which is good news for me. I'm completely content to just let my light spear runners chase her. But now here comes the horsewomen, who are lining themselves up for a good downhill charge on me. So I'm going to go ahead and fall back, and I'm hoping what I can do here is if I can continue to fall back in stages like this, it'll free up the enemy if they come this way for me to counterattack. But the horsewomen, they see an opportunity here to cross over into a new terrain, and I just decide, you know what, I'm just going to charge. And as soon as I do, the player is wise to it, and he's going to move his horsewomen away, so my ambush is now completely exposed. No chance of it being, you know, successful. We continue to give some pushback to these mounted skirmishers out here. The Penthesilea player's plan was really dependent on using these mounted skirmishers to deal as much damage as possible, and stay with the rest of the Amazonian infantry, keep it in reserve, and use it in a later stage. This is really a very smart way to play Amazons. I get a really good opportunity here to kind of collapse in on top of Hippolyta, but she's very squirrely, very slippery. She's going to be able to get out of this. She taunts my reinforced chariots with Siren's Lure, and that forces us to really just kind of commit everything else down the line here. But they're still kind of fleeing this as well, and so even though they had an opportunity to try and crunch up my reinforced chariots, now they're turning around. Now they're going to take it. But both of us were wise to it when we saw it coming. We were just going to go ahead and charge in, make sure that we can make it very costly for them. They're going to follow up with horsewomen. But as you can see, we've bought this fight. Even though I've lost that taunted heavy chariot, we have more than enough funds here to make a significant difference. And plenty of javelins raining in from afar. I've even got my slings opening fire now on some of the mounted skirmishers. Yeah, and here comes the militia. They're going to add their bodies to the fray, get some extra mass in there. And at that stage, all of the Amazons have retreated from this section now. We've taken some damage, sure. I did lose that one heavy chariot, but the cost for them was pretty significant, I'd say. Hippolyta gets caught up in a Spartway momentarily. She is almost down and out for this battle. We got really lucky in that we were able to catch her a few times. And the javelins, yeah, oh man, those skirmishers, they're going to do what they can to try and help, speed her way to Hades. Really good flank attack here against these reinforced chariots, but as you can see, we're kind of rolling up this side now. I did catch a lot of the Hippolyta infantry coming out of the tree line, so I went ahead and I charged it with those Renowned Laconian Axemen. Renowned Laconian Axemen are about the same price point as Black Spears, but the Black Spears, when they're in sprint and charge, their melee attack is in the 60s. It is really, really hard to beat that, so I have to do what I can to try and outnumber them in various positions, outflank, use some Achaean Slinger ammo, try to use my Terrify, and trying not to target the Aristobakoi with my Terrify, and just, continue to try and beat them up on down the line. I've gotten my Armored Spearmen involved. I've also got my Heroic Axe Warriors up here to intercept the Lapras infantry, because all of that infantry was quickly followed up by Penthesileia's infantry. And see, with the Slinger support, even though they were just the Achaean Slingers, I was able to defeat one of the Black Spears. I pulled this Axeman around the side just as that Black Spear defeated one of my Renowned Axemen, and he was trying to line up the Black Spears to rear attack me, but I was able to reposition this Renowned Laconian Axeman to intercept that, and now everybody's getting shot. Meanwhile, out here, Mycenae has really pushed Penthesileia's and Hippolyta's cavalry and chariots back into a corner here, which is really impressive considering that the majority of that pushing effort comes from light infantry. And I think that's when the Amazon champions realize what's kind of going on. So they're going to roll in here. They're going to try and get some quick light infantry kills. But let me tell you, Club Warriors are really good at dealing with chariots. And I'm convinced now that it has everything to do with the fact that they're not grouped up. They're not clumped up together. They've spread themselves out, so there are fewer models taking damage from the moving chariots. And all the while, they're attacking and slinging their javelins at them. This Agamemnon's guards was taunted, so it's going to charge on out this way instead of being a little bit more valuable out here. If it had rear charged this battle, we'd be in a much better position. But this is just carnage. Look at all this. Look at everything that's going on here. Chariots trying to pull through all of it all. Bodies just thrown into the fray. We've got light spear runners. We've got club warriors. We've got armored spearmen in turtle mode. We've got daughters of Ares. This battle had everything. It was a really, really fun fight, but we were able to buy some very particular engagements, and we lost some as well. As you can see here, my Renowned Laconian Axemen just not catching the value that I really want to get out of these guys, unfortunately for me. 74 kills for this unit, almost a full XP bar. I managed to get my Fighter Ravager really involved in the infantry fight, which is good news for me. Hippolyta is healed up a little bit of health here. My Slingers are left to just, fend for themselves, and this is, I'm content with this. I've almost earned 2 XP on my Achaean Slingers at 24 kills. I never expect to see that, but, if they're not going to bother my Achaean Slingers, I might as well open fire with them. Oh, speaking of not bothering my Achaean Slingers, here you go. There it is. Nice charge in the beautiful god rays of the sun. I really do love this game. It is very, very pretty. Charges right on over and through my Achaean Slingers and into my regrouped Laconian Axemen. They get knocked on their butts from this charge. I've got light spear runners kind of trying to help me clean up a couple of the routed and broken black spears. The skirmishers are starting to run out of ammo, but the horsemen, they're not going to be able to do enough damage here. We've really kind of grouped up now on what's left of the Amazonian infantry, and we we had just enough combat power to really turn all of these engagements in our favor. Hippolyta still making her presence felt in this battlefield. She's up to 77 kills now and counting. She's trying to put her arrows where they're going to do the most damage, trying to distract us as best she can. The Mycenaean infantry is just way too much for this Oathsworn. I rear attack it with my Fighter Ravager. All that's left now really is cavalry, and now they're coming after my my Achaean Slingers again. Well, I almost managed to use all of their ammo, and I'm very proud of these boys. Very proud indeed. They did get their second XP. They're up to 34 kills. There's javelins coming in from afar, just opening up fire on this blob. Totally cool by me. The Achaean Slingers are meant to die. Daughter of Ares over here. I think it's probably just 1 or 2 units left in this. Yeah, models left in this unit. That's the plus side to putting XP onto elite units. It's that they're very likely to fight to the bitter end. But ultimately, you could have just brought another unit for the amount of funds it costs to bring a Daughter of Ares up to 6 XP. So there's a significant trade-off there. Alright, so we see there's only really the cavalry left. I notice that this Aristomachoi is regrouped. The cavalry is not just going to let us fight it, so I'm going to go ahead and rear charge an Aristomachoi with my pretty fairly hurt spear runners. But I was thinking with the morale as low as it was for the Aristomachoi, this will be a done deal for my spear runners. But they're not breaking. They're at negative 51 morale, and they stood, fought, and defeated my light spear runners. I have no idea why this Aristomachoi is not broken. It is at negative 15 for morale right now. But we had to kill that unit off to the last lady. Hippolyta goes ahead and charges on in here, and we're going to go ahead and surround her. Not exactly let her take advantage of that. She was flirting with the idea of using a truce right there, but that shatters her, and that's going to do it for the Penthesileia's Amazons as well. A Cadmean victory indeed, but a really well thought one. Both Johnny Rico and I had a lot of fun with that. We were communicating with Silent Skill 31 here after the battle, saying, "Hey man, you did a really good job. He put on a very good fight for what he brought," and we're telling him, "Hey, look, if you had brought 2 or 3 more units, like, 1 more Daughter of Ares, a few more Labrys infantry, they probably would have won that battle." My army, as you can see here, got pummeled. Absolutely pummeled. Only 5 kills on this reinforced chariot. That's the one that got taunted. 53 on this one. 94 kills for my heroic axe warrior, 71 for my armored spearmen, but you didn't really see them leave a major impact. And the majority of my infantry, the renowned Laconian axemen, only 3 catching value. Light spearmen, relatively well controlled. So they had us handled very, very well. The MVP for my army was honestly that Achaean Slinger. If they had just done a couple of different things here with that Penthesileia roster, they very likely would have won that battle. Johnny Rico here, who's been swearing by this army lately. I still am on the fence about it. I'm not 100% sold on the value of these skirmishers, but he's swearing by him right now. And let's take a look at Suck's army. Suck, by the way, he trounced me in one-on-one battles today. I faced him off in a best of 3. He cleaned my clock 2-0. I was really, really impressed with his play. 145 kills Black Spears, 143, 104, 111 on Aristomachoi. Over 100 kills for his 2, when you combine the 2 Amazon champions together. And his use of the Sirens, I thought, was very, very well done. So, yeah, good game, everybody. Now, if you're still watching, I have a couple of quick things to add in here. First of all, I am very close to 1,000 subscribers, so if you just, click a button for me, whether you stay or not, it actually is helping me out a lot. Other than that, there's a link to my Discord, which I just launched, in the description. And if you go there, you'll see links to register for the next Iliad Games, the stream of which will be on July 31st and maybe August 1st as well. We have multiple events this time. Come on in, register, show up, have a good time. The competition will be taking place over the next couple of weeks, but the finals, the major events, they'll be done on the live stream on August 31st, all right? Or July 31st. Sorry, July 31st. Anyway, that's it for me today. Ta-ta. I love you all, and I'll see you guys in the next video.